Hey, good morning guys. I literally just woke up like not long ago, and it's been a while since I set up my camera and do like a get ready with me kind of video, and it's been an extremely long while since I last did an English video. And since I'm heading out today, so I thought I would do a get ready with me video and bring you guys along with me to get ready. I have already done my morning skincare, so I'm just going to start with my makeup straight away. The first thing is my primer. So I'm using this as usual, the Etude House Fix and Fix Pore primer. My skin is in a pretty bad shape recently, with all the pimples and the redness. So please pardon my bad skin condition. It's been a long while since I did an English video, so and I just woke up like not long ago. So forgive me if I'm not speaking in a very fluent manner and my English isn't fantastic. So is my grammar. Next, I'm just going to apply my sunscreen, and this is the La Roche-Posay Mail-In Tinted Cream with an SPF of 50. I think I'll apply this with a brush instead of my fingers. So let me see if I can find my brush. Okay, so I'm just going to use a small brush like this. So today I'm heading out to the Floral Fantasy exhibition at Gardens by the Bay. Actually a couple of weeks ago, me and my friend we actually wanted to visit there, but when we reached there, the tickets were like totally sold out, which is like really shocking because with the new jewel opening at Changi Airport, we thought that most people and tourists would just totally flock to Changi Airport, but we were so wrong. The tickets were totally sold out, so we couldn't get any tickets on that day, and in the end we had no choice but to visit the Cloud Forest and the Tulips Mania at the Flower Dome. That one has been ongoing for quite some time, so it's a rather old exhibition. And the Floral Fantasy, which is the one I'm heading off later on, has been ongoing for I think a few weeks or at least 1 month. I'm not sure exactly when this will end, but if I'm not wrong, it should be around middle of May, which is this month. I just discovered that I have this new little pimple popping out. It wasn't here like a few days ago. Yeah, my skin is in a really bad shape recently. Yeah, especially like around my usual areas like my jawline and this area. I'm hoping to achieve a matte finishing for my foundation today, or at least a semi-matte finishing, because the weather has been really hot recently, and since we are going on a outdoor kind of outing today, I definitely want my foundation and makeup to stay as long as possible, to be more long lasting. Okay, so we are done with the sunscreen and the base. I really like this tinted sunscreen a lot because first of all, it helps to brighten and tone up my skin tone, and second of all, I can actually save quite a bit on the portion of the foundation. Okay, so we are done with the sunscreen, and before we start with foundation, I'm going to do a bit of color correcting and concealing. This is the Mary Kay Undereye Corrector, and this is the concealer by a Korean brand, Bbia or something. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is pronounced correctly, but yeah, this is a Korean brand, and this is in the shade 01, which I assume is the lightest shade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix the two colors together and just apply to my under eye area. So I just put them on the palette like this, and I'll just mix the two colors together. This is something that I've been doing recently for my concealing part of my makeup routine. Basically, I haven't changed much for my makeup routine, except that you know, certain small details like the what I'm doing now, the concealing and the color correcting. Other than that, I think the rest of the face, like the eyebrows, foundation, eyeshadows, I'm still using the same method. I also use this to conceal any flaws or any pimples, like over here, around the nose area. And then you're going to wipe your brush on a piece of tissue, and then you can just blend the concealer with your concealer brush. So recently, for the past couple of weeks or few weeks, I managed to catch 2 movies that I really like, that I feel like sharing with you guys. The first one has got to be the one that everyone is talking about right now, which of course is the Avengers Endgame. But don't worry, I'm not going to give any spoilers here today. Honestly, really guys, I mean, it doesn't matter whether you are a Marvel fan or not. Personally, I feel that this is really one movie that you guys should watch at least once in your life. I mean, after all, this is like, you know, really the end of the entire Marvel comic series. Yeah, so I mean Stan Lee is already no longer around. I don't know, I mean, to me, I feel that this is really like the most epic movie of the year, that everyone, regardless of whether you are a Marvel fan or not, should at least watch at least once. For those of you who haven't watched, please at least go watch it once. It's personally, I'm a Marvel fan, so to me it's like a great movie. It's a really fantastic. But then of course there are always 2 sides to everything. Like one group will be like, oh, this is like the most fantastic movie of the year, and the other side would be people who just doesn't understand or doesn't get what the fuss is all about. Yeah, it's a really great movie. Yeah, no spoilers here, so please just go and watch it. The thing about using concealer brush is that it takes a bit of time to make sure that everything is blended out evenly and nicely, so it will take some time. Okay, maybe I should use a sponge instead to blend out the edges. Okay, I think that's about it, because we are going to go on with the foundation on top, so we'll do any concealing again afterwards. So for foundation today, I'm using the Innisfree My Foundation, and I'm in the shade C21. So this foundation is like it's something like a personalized foundation. It has a lot of different textures, different shades. The number here, 2.5, it actually means the amount of moisture that it has, and also the kind of finishing that it will give to your makeup. So for my shade, this 2.5, the 2 here, it means the moisture level. Because I'm combination skin, so I actually don't need that much moisture level for my skin, my base. So I decided to go for level 2, which is something like just nice. And then the number 5 here, it actually means the level of coverage. So 5 is something that is something like semi-matte to between semi-matte to matte kind of finishing. Yeah, if you guys get what I mean. Yeah, so this is one foundation that I have been using and loving recently as well. So just give it a good shake, and I'm just going to squeeze out roughly about 1 palm, and then I'm just going to spread this evenly on my face, and then I will blend out with my beauty sponge. Yeah, earlier on I mentioned that there wasn't much changes to my makeup routine, but actually there is. I used to do my eye makeup first before moving on to the foundation, but recently I kind of switched back. I do my foundation first, then I move on to the eyes. No particular reason. Basically, I just feel that you know, you should at least get a little bit of foundation onto the area here, because last time when I do my eye makeup first, it's quite impossible to blend the foundation to around this area because of your eyeshadow, so it makes blending around this area rather difficult. I guess that's probably why I decided to switch back to do my foundation first. But to be honest, I mean, in makeup there is no right or wrong, so it doesn't matter whether you do your foundation first or your eyeshadow first. At the end of the day, it's just a personal preference, so it's really up to you to decide for yourself. Blend this out, and then I'm just going to use this to tap it out. Cover the eyelid as well, so that later on when you do your eyeshadow, it's much more easier. Just make sure that you really blend out all the edges, especially around the hairline. So this is just like one thin layer. We still have some foundation left, so we are going to spread on any area that needs a bit of extra coverage, like my pimple area here, jawline, this area. Just make sure that they have extra coverage. So where was I earlier on? Oh yeah, about the two movies. Yeah, one of them is the Avengers. The other one that I would quite strongly recommend you guys to watch is actually a movie on Netflix. It's called The Wandering Earth, and in Chinese the title is called 流浪地球. I know you guys are probably wondering, why is there a Chinese title for a movie like this? Because this movie is actually a Chinese movie. Okay, so we are done with the foundation, and I think this shade is actually just nice for my skin tone. It's not too light, or neither is it too yellowish. We are done with the foundation, and I'm not going to set it with powder yet. I'm just going to move on to my eye makeup first. So first I'm going to use the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. I'll be going for a rather simple and natural look today, so nothing too fancy. I'll probably just go for something very light and very natural. I think I'm going to be using this shade. This is from Innisfree, so I'm just going to use a blending brush, and I'm just going to blend this onto the eye socket to sort of define the shape. I'm wearing quite casual today, so I don't want anything too fancy for the eyeshadow, but I probably match with a bright color lipstick or something. I don't know, I haven't really thought of it yet. Where was I earlier on? Oh yeah, about the movies that I managed to caught. The Wandering Earth, and the entire movie is actually set in a space and galaxy kind of environment. So basically it's actually a science fiction movie. But the amazing and cool thing about this movie is that this is not a American movie or a US English kind of movie. This is actually a Chinese movie. I think it's pretty cool and amazing, because usually when we talk about science fiction movies that are like setting in space and galaxy kind of environment, the first thought that we will have is that, oh, this is a US movie. Like previously there are so many similar movies out there, like Armageddon, Apollo 13. They are all science fiction movie based on the space and galaxy and stuff like that. It's very rare and very seldom that we see the Chinese filming this kind of science fiction movie, and the storyline of the entire movie is actually quite touching. I would say there are few touching moments and touching scenes that will really make you cry, or rather tear up. I think this is one movie that everyone should watch, because this is not just another normal science fiction movie, but I feel that this is one movie that after watching it, it will really makes you think about Earth survival and, you know, the entire humanity kind of feeling and thoughts. Okay, so I'm done contouring my eyes. Okay, next I think I'll probably go for Innisfree again. Yeah, so this is the color that I'm going in. A little bit of shimmer, but not too much, because I'll be going in with this dark brown later on. This entire row at the bottom are actually all from Innisfree. The upper ones, they are actually from Face Shop, because I feel that it's easier to assemble them in this kind of palette, so that it's easier to use or to bring around for traveling and stuff like that. So I'm just going to use a small blending brush, and I'm just going to tap a little bit, and I'm just going to start blending it inwards from the outer edge. About the movie, The Wandering Earth. Yeah, I think this is really one movie that everyone should at least watch it once if you have Netflix at home, because personally I feel that this is not just another movie about the space and the galaxy, but rather it's a movie that really makes you think, you know, what if one day all this were really to happen in real life, and what will happen to humanity? You know, will everyone be able to survive? That is one thing, because the entire story basically is about the Earth, the entire planet, is no longer able to stay put on the same solar system as the Sun. So the story starts off with the Sun being unstable and affects the whole solar system that we are on, which is causing a lot of climate changes to the Earth and a lot of destruction and everything going on. The entire human race decided to come together to come up with an idea and a project to move the Earth along the galaxy to search for a new home. It sounds pretty cool and amazing, right? I mean, just think about it. I mean, as an individual, as a human being, it's easier for you to immigrate to another place or another country. You know, you just have to pack up your things, you know, get all your stuff, and you are just moving to another country to settle down to your new home. As an individual, as a human being, it's easier for you to travel from country to country and city to city. You just have to bring along your stuff, your clothes and everything. But the thing is, has an entire Earth, a planet, to move along the galaxy, wandering around space to search for a new solar system and to settle down and make it her home. I personally feel that it's really amazing, and it's not possible to pull off unless everyone, the entire humanity, the human race, come together and, you know, make it happen. Yeah, so basically the movie is something like that. I won't say too much spoilers. So if you have Netflix at home, I just feel that you should really go at least watch this movie once. And naturally, of course, the entire cast are actually all Chinese actors and actresses, but don't worry, they have English subtitles, so you will be able to catch the storyline. I think this eyeshadow is pretty dark. It's not something that I'm kind of expecting. Yeah, I think I will just probably stop here because I think the color is a bit too much. Okay, I need to get this underneath my eye area as well. So I'm just going to use a small flat brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade earlier on. Yeah, this one right here. And I'm just going to blend this underneath my eyes. What was the other movie that I managed to caught? Oh yeah, the other one was Dumbo. Yeah, the flying elephant. Yeah, I managed to caught that one as well. It was also part of my childhood, and Eva Green, her acting was so amazing, and I really liked the makeup that she was wearing in the movie. And the makeup was actually done by British makeup artist Lisa Elfridge, which is one of my favorite makeup artists as well. Yeah, she has a YouTube video on her channel where she interviewed Eva about the makeup, the story, and she also did a makeup tutorial on the look that she did for Eva Green. So you guys can go to YouTube to check out the makeup tutorial. Next, I'll just use a small brush to get this shade underneath my lash line here. Done with the eyeshadow. I think it's actually looking quite heavy right now. And for the front part, I think I want to go with something more matte, hopefully. Okay, I now then realize that I don't have too much matte shadows. Okay, I think I got no choice, but I think I'll go for this ivory white kind of color over here. This is not entirely matte. This one has a slight, very slight shimmer to it. Blend a little bit of this from the inner corner of my eyes to the middle part. Something like this. So just to balance out the brown shadow. Okay, so we are done with the eyeshadow, and next I'm going to go in with my eyeliner. And because it's going to be an all-day outing and the weather is really hot, so I definitely want my eyeliner to be long-lasting as well. So I'm going to be using this Real Lasting Eyeliner 24 Hours Waterproof from K Palette, and this is in a brown shade. So I'm just going to give a very natural line. Should be okay. So, oh yeah, I forgot the inner corners on the under eye area. Okay, since I have not much eye colors for the eyeshadow, I think I'll just go for something a little bit more shimmery. Okay, let's just go for this really shimmer and glittery color. These are all from Innisfree, and these are still available in their stores. So it's not like a limited edition or something. Right, so just tap off the excess and just blend this on the inner corner on the under eye area. So we are done with the eyeshadow. So next, I'm just going to curl my lashes and then apply mascara. I'm still using the exact same product, nothing changed. Still the Etude House Curl Fix mascara and the primer from Chit. So I'm just going to curl my lashes. Prefer this version of this Etude House mascara. The previous one that I used in my spring makeup tutorial, the brush head is really different, which is this one. This is in a brown shade, and this is how you can see that the packaging looks exactly, well, I won't say exactly, but it looks the same. Yeah, it's just that the colors is different. but the brush head is like really totally different. Yeah, so well, as much as I like brown color, but I still do prefer this brush head because I think the tapered end is actually quite easy to reach, especially in the inner corner of the lashes. Volumizing effect is really great, and so is the lengthening effect, which is why I really like this version better. Right, so I did my brows off camera because nothing's changed. The routine is still the same, the products are still the same. I went in with NYX eyebrow powder, and this is in the shade Brunette, and then I went in with a eyebrow pencil from Excel. Yeah, this is in the shade PD13. Yeah, and then I finish off with a Kate eyebrow mascara. Yeah, so the eyebrows completed, and now I'm going to set my face with some loose powder, and I'm using the Innisfree No Sebum powder. So I'm just going to press the powder onto my T-zone area, my cheeks, areas where I tend to get oily easily. Next, I'm going to go in with some contouring. Okay, so for contour, I'm going to use this cotton contour powder from Misha. I'm hearing thunderstorm. I hope it's not going to rain anytime soon. Use a brush like this. I'm going to contour my nose area first. I like this shade because it's very natural, so it doesn't make you look like you have two harsh lines on your nose. And for the face, I'm going to use a slightly bigger brush. Just going to contour around here. I went to get my hair cut again like around last month, but right now I'm actually thinking if I should cut it even more shorter again. This hairstyle, actually personally I don't really like it a lot. Right now it's actually looking much better, but when it was first completed by the hairstylist, actually I didn't really like it because what he did was he actually did a undercut on my entire head. I don't know if you guys can see the back, but you know, it's actually like, you know, underneath is actually all undercut. Now it's actually growing slightly longer, as in the underneath area, and then the top part is actually, you know, like covering the undercut area. Yeah, as I was saying, personally I don't really like this hairstyle a lot. Reason being very simple, because my hair, especially at the back, when it's like longer, like especially like now, if I don't blow dry my hair or if I don't style my hair, it will be extremely flat like this, and it's like, it's really not very nice, because my skull is actually not the kind of round shape kind of head. So if I grow my hair long, you know, like somewhere like longer than this or around this length, my back part is going to look like really flat. So yeah, I already blow dry my hair because I showered and I, you know, washed my hair a bit. So right now it's actually looking okay. But if I don't do anything, the whole area, the whole back area will be like totally flat. So which is why I think this entire undercut for the whole head is not very suitable for me. Yeah, I'm hearing thunderstorm outside. I hope it doesn't rain. I'm meeting my friend around 11:45 at Bayfront MRT. So if I leave the house now, I would have plenty of traveling time. Okay, so we are done with the contour, and then for highlight, yes, I'm going in with highlight, even though I want my base to look as matte as possible. But so I'm using the Balm Mary Loumanizer highlight, and this highlight brush from Wet n Wild. It's actually quite a subtle highlight. So I'm just going to put on the brow bone as well. Now lip color. I think I'll go in with the L'Oreal Paris liquid lips today, and this is in the shade 124 I Embrace. I'm just going to use this as a base first and apply a thin layer onto my entire lips. Next, I'm going to go in with the Innisfree Vivid Cotton Ink, and this is in the shade number 10. This is a really nice reddish brown kind of color. But one thing to take note, this is not smudge proof, because if you apply this and if you drink or if you eat, it will still get a stain on the cups and everywhere. This is the lip color. It's looking actually more pinkish in the camera, but in real life it's actually more like a reddish brown. Oh my gosh, the thunderstorm is like getting louder every minute. Probably should have to leave as soon as possible once I'm done with this and change. Alright, next for blusher, yeah, I think I'll go with a small lighter shade. I'm going with this Essence Matte Touch Blush, and this is in the shade number 10, Pitch Me Up. That I'm applying is actually slightly much higher than my actual cheek area, so it's like somewhere around underneath the eyes to give a more youthful look, hopefully. Okay, we are done with the makeup. Next, I'm going to set my makeup with a setting spray, and I'm using the Caudalie Beauty Elixir. So this is for all skin type, and it's also great for using as a makeup setting spray. So just give it a good shake. I might need to style my hair again because it's like looking really flat at the back part. So I'm gonna get changed and then style my hair, and then I'll be right back. So this is the outfit that I'm wearing today. Really simple, very casual, nothing fancy. So just a grey t-shirt and with black crop pants, and I'm gonna match with my white Fila sneakers, and then of course is my black color backpack. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.